what are you doing? What's it look like? Calf raises. Okay. Hey everyone, welcome back to Limit Breaker Fitness. Monty here again. So today we're going to talk about the Calves. And no, I'm not talking about this team that LeBron James left. Twice. Anyway, the calf muscle. Now the calf muscle is really two muscles in one. The first one being the gastrocnemius. Now this is going to be the larger of the two muscles as well as the more superficial one. Now, when I say superficial, I'm not talking like your ex-girlfriend. I mean that it's going to be the muscle that lays on top, closer to the skin. Now, this muscle is going to have two heads. These two heads attach on either side of the femur. They come down past the knee joint to form the muscle in the back of the leg there. That muscle then feeds into the Achilles tendon, which attaches to the heel bone. The second muscle in the calf is called the soleus. Now, this muscle is going to attach below the knee, run down the back of the leg, and also feed into the Achilles tendon. When these two muscles are working together, they're going to do what's called plantar flexion. Now, that's just a fancy way of saying taking your toes and pointing them down. Anytime that you're pointing your toes down, that's going to be plantar flexion. That's going to be the calf muscle. So think like when you're running, when you're pushing off, think about how your toes are going. That's that calf muscle being involved. Now, because there's really just that one motion that they do, that's really the only motion we can do when we want to train it. So we're going to do calf raises to train it, but we can do calf raises in two ways. By doing it in these two ways, we can target either the gastroc or the soleus more so during the exercise. Keep in mind, one is not going to work without the other, but we can bias one over the other. It's kind of similar how we did with the incline and the spider curls back in our biceps video. So let's start with straight-legged calf raises. Now, you can do it on a machine. You can do it with a barbell here while standing like I'm doing. And by having a straight leg, and really that knee is what we're focused on, the knee is an extended position. That means we're going to target that gastroc more. The second way to do it is with the knee in a flexed position. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't worry about that. Putting the knee in a flexed position, that's going to target the soleus more than the gastroc. Now, if you don't have a seated calf machine, you can do it the way I'm doing it here. I placed a couple of plates on the ground, put my leg on there, and then place the weight on my thigh. Do not place the weight on the joint, ever. Any exercise we do, we don't want that weight digging into the joint. So don't place it on your knee. Go a little up, place it on the thigh. Now when we're doing calf raises, whether we're doing it with the knee in an extended or in a flexed position, we really need to remember a couple of things, and this is probably why your calves aren't growing. First, range of motion. Make sure that you're on a platform or on a plate or something where you can get a full stretch on that calf muscle when you're on the way down. Now when you come down, slowly come back up. If you're bouncing around, all you're doing is using momentum and probably other muscles, and you're not actually hitting that calf. So all the way down and then slowly up. Don't use momentum. Then at the very top, make sure you go as far as you can up and squeeze that calf muscle. By doing these three things, you're going to ensure that you're actually working the muscle and that you're not just throwing the weight around. And that's usually the problem a lot of people have with the calves. People have trouble growing it, and maybe they look like they have chicken legs because they're simply not putting the focus on it the way they think they are. This happens a lot when you're using a machine. You see somebody sitting there and they turn it almost into a leg press where they just sit there and push the weight using the glutes and the quads. Starting to lose my place. So, quick overview. It's two muscles, the gastroc, the soleus. One attaches above the knee, the gastroc. One attaches below, the soleus. They point the toes downward, and calf raises in two ways. That's all there is to it, guys. The calves are not very complicated. So, if you liked the video, if you found it helpful, please like, share, subscribe. Hope I did that right. Anyway, comment too. Go down there. Any question you have, any meal that you want me to do, every Friday I have a food video. Let me know what you want me to do. I'm here for you guys. Send me an email. I'll link it right here, right down below. And let's get to it. Later, guys.